Hey guys, what's up? It's MrKmproductions here, and welcome back to a new Hearts of Iron 4 modding tutorial. So today we are going to be once again creating a country in Hearts of Iron 4. My last tutorial in which I did this, it was a long time ago, and I think it's outdated now, right? So I'm going to try and do it again. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't made a country in Hearts of Iron 4 for probably a year and a half. So I know generally how to do it, but not like the full shebang, right? So there might be a mistake or two in this video, and at the end, if it doesn't work or something, I'll just go back and fix it for you all real quick. But I'm just going to kind of wing it and show you all how to make a country. So right now we have this new mod that I created, just called Creating Country 153 for 1.5.3. And all we're going to do here is, first I think we're going to go ahead and create the history file. And we're going to create a new file inside of that called countries. And if you ever need to reference Hearts of Iron 4's file structure, you can see, you can see right here like how it goes down. So history, countries. And then we're just going to copy a random country. So I'm just going to copy, like, try and make it from the part of the world that you are making a country in. So let's say we want to make a country in India. Like, let's just make southern India or something, okay? So I'm going to find a country near India, but it won't be the Raj because that is British controlled. Let's just go with Nepal here. So I'm going to copy Nepal and paste it in here. Then we are going to kind of copy what it is. So it says NEP, which is the tag for Nepal, and then the name, right? So I'm going to do like South IN for India. Actually, that might be a tag over here already. It is not, so we should be good. SIN dash and then Southern India. Okay. So the thing to note here is that you don't want the tag to be the same as any of these countries. So we couldn't have like SAF as a tag, or luckily SIN was not one, so we should be good because Xinjiang here is SIK. So let's go ahead and open up the Southern India. We'll worry about the capital in a second. The OOB, we are not going to worry about this. You know what? Let's open it up in Sublime Text. Okay, so in this file, we're going to ignore the capital for now since we haven't picked out our states. We're going to do this this pound sign right here, which just grays out the OOB part, so it won't read this. It'll just skip over this line when it's loading up the game, right? So just like here, the starting tech is skipped over. We can leave the starting tech the same for now. Our war support and stability, we can go ahead and change that. We'll just change it both to 50. That way you will see in the game it'll be war support and stability. National focus, these are just for the generic focuses and the political power. The OOB here, once again, we are going to get rid of that. The technology is fine. Politics, let's try and make our country democratic, right? So we'll just say like 60% democratic, 20% fascist, and 20% communist. You know what, we'll do 10 of each, right? Just so we have a wide variety of range here. So democratic is gonna be the party in control, right? So ruling party right here, we're gonna want to change this to democratic. We should just be able to type in here democratic and we'll be good. Elections allowed, yes. This frequency is just how often you want the elections to happen. I guess this would be months, right? For every 4 years. I'm not entirely sure about that though. Alright, so let's go down here. You know what, let's just change this month thing to 24. So we will go ahead and say every 2 years there'll be an election. We have our leader right here. I'm not going to show you how to create a leader. That is in a separate tutorial. These politics for 1939 we don't need to worry about. If you wanted like a different set of politics for 1939, then you would need to worry about this, but we do not. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of this right here, because it will be the same as 1936. Okay, so all this looks good. Basically we just want to worry about this, this, and this, and everything else is in separate tutorials. Alright, so now we're gonna want to go ahead and create a new tag for our country. It is under common, country tags. Alright, now inside country tags here, we're just going to create a new text document, and we're just going to call it, let's go ahead and just call it like mod countries. Right, so these are the countries that are in the mod. So now we are going to go back to the Hearts of Iron 4. We're gonna go to common, country tags. We have these countries right here, and then we're just gonna copy one, and let's open this in Sublime Text, and we're gonna paste here. So this is the country tag, and then the country file name. So we can see our country tag is SIN. So our tag is SIN, so we'll replace it here, and we haven't created this country's file yet, but we're just gonna call it Southern India. And you know what, we'll put an underscore here just to be safe. Okay, so now let's go back, common. We're gonna create a new folder called countries. Inside this folder, we'll go back to Hearts of Iron, countries. We'll copy a country semi-close to our location. So I think, what country did we use? I think we used Nepal. So we'll copy Nepal here, Control C, Control V, and we'll call this Southern underscore India, just like we did here. Okay, now we want to go back to our main directory, and we are going to make a new folder called localization, and inside this folder we're going to create a new text document, and you can call it whatever you want, but I'm just going to call it mod underscore capital I underscore English. That looks good. I do believe it might be a lowercase l actually. Yeah, sorry, it was not capital I, it was lowercase l. So let's go back and just do lowercase l here. Alright, then L for localization, English for the language of the localization file. We're going to drag this in here. Next, we're going to go back to Hearts of Iron 4, localization, find the file that says countries underscore English, not country, I think it's countries underscore English. Open it up. So these are all of the countries with their tags and their different names. So pick one tag and just copy all of it here. Okay, now paste it into your thing, and make sure we have this L underscore English above it, like that. Hopefully, and that should be all we need. Yep, like this. Okay. Now we'll get rid of that other folder from the Hearts of Iron 4 folder, and now we're just working in our mod folder. So we're going to change this to our country name, so SIN, for all of them. Okay, so now once all of your tags are changed, we're going to change the name of the country. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to say Southern India, or Southern Indian Empire, right? Because this is the fascist one. So basically here, this is what it'll display when you're fascist, when you're democratic, when you're neutral, when you're communist, and then these are just your adjectives for the people of the nation. So I would assume Indian for all of these. This usually doesn't change no matter what ideology. Then basically this is just this definition thing is just the plus the name, so the Southern Indian Empire. I'm not exactly sure where this is used. I'm sure it's somewhere in the game, but for democratic, let's just do Southern India. Like here, the Southern India wouldn't work. Let's make sure that's capital. So we'll just change it to Southern India. Neutral, we'll just say Southern India. Communist will say Socialist Republic of South India. Socialist Republic of South India. There we go. So that is the name of our country. All well and good. Let's just go ahead and reload this to make sure. Alright, so we saved it as text. Let's go ahead and file, save as, right in that folder again. And we will change it to YML file. There we go, .yml. Let's go ahead and delete the text version. So now it should read it. All well and good. I think we're pretty much good here. Now we just need to do the states. So I'm gonna move this off to the side. Let's go ahead and open up Hearts of Iron. I could be wrong, we might be missing something, but from what I remember, this is kind of all you had to do. So let's go ahead and enable our mod here. I'm just gonna change this to windowed at 1080p. Okay, so while it's finishing up loading here, go into your history file, create a new file called states, and then make sure your base Hearts of Iron 4 is open to that as well. So history and states. Now make sure your launch options for Hearts of Iron 4 have -debug on it. I did show you how to do this in the first video, I believe, but if not, just open up Steam, right click properties, set launch options, -debug, and then restart Hearts of Iron 4. But once you've done that, go ahead, open up the game, just select any random country. We'll just be British Raj, because why not? Okay, so we're British Raj now, and all we're gonna do is say, okay, where do we want South India to be? I think it should be these 3 states, okay? So we're gonna press Control and Alt, and you can see the state ID, which is the 3rd from the top. So this is 423. So I'm just gonna go to 423. We're gonna copy it, paste it. This one right here is 424. Copy and paste it. And this one right here is 425. Perfect. Copy and paste it. Now close Hearts of Iron 4. Open these 3 files in Sublime Text and go ahead and open them up here. So all we're changing is this owner right here. So instead of having the Raj own it, we want to have Southern India own it, and it's going to be SIN for Southern India. So we're just going to say SIN. Instead of Raj here, we're going to say SIN, and for Tamil we'll say SIN. Now 423 was the southernmost state, and I feel like that's a good place for the capital. So in our capital, in our other file here where we can change the capital, I'm going to change this to 423. Now we're going to save it, and we're going to restart Hearts of Iron 4, and if all goes to plan, we should have a country in the game. We didn't select the color of our country, which is back under common countries, Southern India. This is where you can select the color. So it's going to be the same color as Nepal, but we can go ahead and change that. It's probably too late now, but if you just search up like okay, so you could just look up RGB color picker and like select a color that you think would look nice for a country. So like maybe this yellow right here, and then you can type in the digits here. I believe this is RGB, it might not be RGB, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so let's go into the game now. 1936. go to India, and there it is. You can not see it very well, but it is here. It looks like our name did not work, but we can see we have democratic. Our next election is December of 1937, which is 2 years. Now, why didn't the name work? Let's go back to our localization, mod I English. Should be Southern India, that should be our name. We can see we have 50 and 50, it's just 9% more because of the ruling party popularity. Democratic is in power, might be because of the encoding. So, alright, here's what we're going to do about the name here. First, let's go ahead and change the color so we can see, well, I guess we'll just, no, let's go ahead and change the color so we can see that change as well. So common, country tags, mod country, or not country tags, common countries, and then your country. Let's change this to 204, 255, 102, and go back to our localization file. I'm just going to go ahead and, drag this file out of here. Okay, then I'm just going to go to countries underscore English. I copy that because it already has all the countries. And we'll just add ours to the top, because why not? You should be able to do this under a custom one. I'm just not sure why it wasn't working. So we'll just copy our thing back. So copy, paste it into here. That looks good to me. So now let's go ahead and restart the game. Hopefully our country color changed, and hopefully our name shows up now. I am kind of worried that the country color will not work, but I'm not sure like which it uses. I think it uses RGB, but it could be something different. Alright, here we are back in the game. Let's see, did it work? There we go. So the color did not work, but the title did. So honestly, not too sure about the color. But you might just have to play around with it. I do think it looks nice though, and we are democratic. We do have our 60, 10, 20, and 10 right here. Go ahead and check out the other videos if you want to see how to do a flag, a leader, a focus tree. There's lots of other modding tutorials that I have uploaded in a playlist that will be linked at the end of this video. Anyways, until then, go ahead and take care, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.